H-Town, hold it down. Welcome into Texans Today. I am Will Scott. We're talking about some breakout candidates on the Texans this year. Which players are going to have a breakout season? I'll give my thoughts here in a second. But first, I want to hear from y'all down in the comment section. Who's going to break out on the Texans this year? The Texans have a good young nucleus. Which players are going to have a breakout season? Let me know down in the comment section. That is the pinned comment. So reply to it when you get a second. My first breakout candidate that we're going to discuss on today's show is wide receiver Nico Collins, because he has been thrust into this wide receiver one role after the trade of Brandin Cooks to the Dallas Cowboys. Here's what PFF said about Collins maybe having a breakout season. Collins might have already had a breakout season 2022, if not for a couple of injuries and below par quarterback play. Below par quarterback play is putting it nicely. His 72.4 PFF grade ranked only 35th amongst wide receivers last season. However, passes going his way were completed only 56.9% of the time, the 10th lowest rate in the NFL, despite Collins not dropping a single target all season. In fact, he was just one of 9 receivers not to drop a pass among receivers among players with at least 50 targets last season. Here are the stats from last season, and again, they mentioned the injuries. He missed 7 games last year. If you'd have played all 17 games, this guy could have had a breakout season last year. 37 receptions for 481 yards, 2 touchdowns in his second season in the NFL out of the University of Michigan. Nico Collins is about to go crazy because he's going to stay fully healthy for a full year, hopefully. He has C.J. Stroud as his quarterback now. That is a huge upgrade over Davis Mills, and he is going to probably be getting the most targets on this team because he is now wide receiver one. Brandin Cooks is out. Nico Collins now wide receiver one. Now you got Robert Woods that you signed for agency. You got John Mechie coming back healthy this year. Noah Brown you signed. You drafted Tank Dell and Xavier Hutchinson. So those are your top 6 receivers, but I expect Nico Collins to have the most targets on the Texans this year. Could be a steal in fantasy, by the way, for all you fantasy football players. If you're excited to watch Nico Collins, type 12 down in the comments section. Go type 12 if you're excited to watch Nico Collins in his 3rd year with the Houston Texans, and I believe he is the biggest breakout candidate on this Texans team this upcoming season. Let's talk about Dameon Pierce now, the 2nd-year running back out of the University of Florida, who had a lot of promise in his rookie season. And, he was kind of the guy that we looked at last year coming out of camp that we thought could have a really productive rookie season, and he did. Taking a look at the stats here in 13 games, 220 carries, 939 rushing yards, averaged 4.3 yards per carry, 5 total touchdowns, also 165 receiving yards. He easily would have gone over 1,000 yards on the season had he played in all 17 games. I think the improved offense is really going to help Dameon Pierce. Yeah, I'm obviously talking about the offensive line. I expect the offensive line to be better this year, but I'm also talking about the offense in general. He's got Bobby Sloak as his new offensive coordinator. I expect the play calling to be a lot better this year than in years past. Also, you look at the quarterback he has now, C.J. Stroud, and you might say, well, how does the quarterback have to do with anything? Well, he's not going to be under as much pressure now to get it done on the ground. So some pressure is going to be taken off of Dameon Pierce in this offense. There's not going to be as many runs called for Pierce, which is going to make this offense more unpredictable, which is going to help him have a breakout season. You're going to have a much better quarterback, which is going to lead to having a much better offense. That's really going to help Dameon Pierce. Be sure to subscribe because we bring you Houston Texans news and rumors all year long. Hit that subscribe button below. Also, turn on your notifications. It's the best way to stay in the loop with Texans news and rumors. Hit that notification bell below. Set notifications to all. If you do that, you're going to get alert on your phone whenever we put out a video. Titus Howard, my breakout candidate along the offensive line here in year 4. He's coming off of probably the best season of his career in year 3. Had a PFF grade of 67.9. That was the highest in his career. A first-round pick in 2019. He's going to play on the 5th-year option this year, and we've been kind of waiting for Titus to put it all together. He definitely took the right steps last year, and I have a lot of confidence in Titus Howard to have a breakout season this upcoming season. We saw the potential last year at right tackle, and I expect him to even be better in year 4. And keep in mind, this is a big year for Titus. This is a contract year. This is where he can make the bread, and I expect Tytus Howard to be even better this upcoming season, be a breakout candidate along the Texans offensive line. He'll be the starting right tackle. This offensive line is going to be much better, I think. Kenyon Green, I expect to be much better. Juice Scruggs, that's an upgrade at center. Shaq Mason, that's an upgrade at right guard. Upgraded quarterback, C.J. Stroud. You can go get your C.J. Stroud jersey at chatsports.com/Stroud. We just learned he is going to be the number 7, so you don't have to worry about pre-ordering your jerseys anymore. That's the number. You can go get yours now at chatsports.com/Stroud. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. How about Derek Stingley Jr., the second-year cornerback out of LSU, the 3rd overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft out of Louisiana State University. Now, he had an up-and-down rookie year, mainly because of the injuries, only played 9 games in his rookie year. But when you look at the stats, he did not allow a touchdown after week 2. So Stingley got better and better throughout the year, really showcasing his potential that he has in the National Football League. Jimmie Ward, his new teammate, said this about him. When you're playing in the SEC, the level just doesn't jump up too much because of a lot of guys that he locked down at LSU are in the league. Didn't they just break a record of SEC guys drafted this year? Okay, this guy Stingley covered a majority of the top wide receivers coming out or tight ends. Like, he did this already. That's the reason his confidence is so high. It's going to keep clicking for him. The game is going to slow down, and sooner or later, I'm looking at his side. I'm going to steal some on the other side. You aren't going to catch the ball on Stingley, says Jimmie Ward. I think Stingley is poised for a breakout season. I expect Derek Stingley to go out there and be really, really good in the NFL this year. Bold prediction, I actually think he's going to be an all-pro in year 2. And I think DeMeco Ryans might have a lot to do with that. The fact that he has DeMeco Ryans, who is a defensive genius, going to be helping him out on defense, that's going to be really big for Derek Stingley's development in year 2. If he can stay fully healthy, I think he can be an all-pro caliber corner in the National Football League. Will Derek Stingley break out this year? Type yes or no down in the comments section. Go down, let me know. Will Derek Stingley break out for the Houston Texans? How about Christian Harris, another SEC guy, second-year linebacker out of Alabama, who had a really productive rookie season after being drafted in the 3rd round in 2022. 74 tackles in just 12 games. He plays all 17 games. That would have been much higher. 6 tackles for loss and a sack for Christian Harris, and I think he's going to be the guy at linebacker this year for the Houston Texans. And this linebacker room, when you look at it, yeah, you brought in Denzel Perryman, but I expect Christian Harris to be the guy that we look at linebacker this year and maybe have him as the best linebacker on this team and one of the best linebackers in the division. I think he's going to be huge. Henry To'oTo'o, another name to watch, the 5th-round pick, his former teammate at the University of Alabama. Revisiting our 5 names here for some breakout candidates on the Houston Texans. Nico Collins at wide receiver. Dameon Pierce at running back. Tytus Howard at right tackle. Derek Stingley at corner. Christian Harris at linebacker. Those are my 5, but let me know down in the comments section who you think breaks out for the Houston Texans this year.